Hi, Vieira with stockmarketlive.tv. As you are aware, I never prepare a script for a lesson. However, today I opened an exception to the rule because I don't want to forget about any of the important points that I'm going to mention here. We posted in the course, I'm referring to live technical analysis, assignments, and several of them, ahead of Mobile Eye and Southwestern Energy earnings report. You find there by far more, General Motors and many others. We posted the results of these assignments ahead of these companies reporting earnings. I did it for several reasons. Firstly, I realized the existence of several mistakes from attendees having wrong views about these stocks, which is normal. Some of them are students and our objective is to help, and therefore we post the results ahead of earnings. I remind investors that Mobile Eye was carefully chosen as a clear opportunity for an investor to make $1 million, and you have to refer to the live lesson that you have in the course when I upgraded shares of Mobile Eye at $35. Secondly, I did not want investors to eventually lose money, but instead to make a considerable profit. In the case of Mobile Eye, it was recommended to maintain a long position through earnings. After the company reported earnings, shares of Mobile Eye, they traded to a new high in 2017, $48.40. In the case of Southwestern Energy, it was recommended to maintain a short position through earnings. After the company reported earnings, shares, they collapsed, crashed, melted down to $7.35. Furthermore, in the case of Southwestern Energy, we also included in clear instructions stock pivots for investors with a long-term perspective. Since Southwestern Energy has represented a clear example of a perfect downtrend, and you have to refer to the section in the course, "The Trend is Your Friend," it was also decided to have it on free live earnings call. So you had a free live streaming session in the website of the company ahead of the company reporting earnings, recommending to maintain a short position with a very explicit title, by the way, that you have it on YouTube, on Vimeo, and so on. And you have it also addressed in an article in the blog of the company. Therefore, after Southwest Energy reported earnings, you already know what happened. Shares, they collapsed, they melted. And as of today, this represents a crash equivalent to 60% since I downgraded Southwest Energy to strong sell. Bear in mind, I've been discussing this company for years and I never missed one call. So the probability for miss or to miss this earnings call was close to zero. Personally, I was looking to get around $7.70. By having the closing price on Friday at $7.35, we ended up with a profit by far higher than we anticipated, which is rather common or normal or standard, as I also had the opportunity to explain in the course. In the case of investing in Tesla Motors, today a company named Tesla, with my upgrade to strong buy covering short positions at $184.40, and you saw shares rallying all the way up to $187, I made the call available also free live earnings call, selling shares at $287, reversing to the short side. And I explained step by step the process investing in Tesla, a complex stock, by far more complex compared to Southwest Energy, and all the steps are made available in the course. Having said this, attendees to the course also find a real-time lesson on how to create a live stock chart intraday using the example of Freeport-McMoran, which, by the way, when I created the lesson in real time on a live streaming session, I reported and I said, this, what I'm going to do, it is unique in the world, and this is the clear example, or the perfect example, the distinction between our course, live technical analysis, compared to all the scam that you have out there selling on the web, or books, which is completely worthless, useless, and dangerous, by the way. For your reference, the lesson was created when shares were trading at $13.39. Perfect timing, since I knew about it. When I mentioned the price target for this company to be a maximum in this investment plan, by the way, you have different steps of an investment plan also defined in the course Live Technical Analysis, which is by far more than you expected, which started at $3.69 in Freeport-McMoran, and I'm referring to my upgrade to strong buy at $3.69, calling a ultimate button covering entirely long-term short positions in Freeport-McMoran, a company that I've been discussing for more than a decade. And you have this call, the ultimate button, $3.69, also live on the website in the blog of the company. And shares, they rallied 500% to $17, and $17 I announced already last year in 2016 to be my price target. When you look at Freeport and McMoran stock chart, since the time of publication of the lesson in the course, you notice that shares rallied to $17, precisely my price target, announced in advance, and they tanked since then. Freeport-McMoran share price, for your reference, closed at $13.25 as of this Friday. We downgraded Freeport-McMoran at $17, assuming a short position, which is also explained in an article in the blog of the company. Bear in mind that unlike those who are not attending to the course, you had access to this information. Therefore, you are held accountable for your mistakes, actions, and results. I also remind attendees to the course that you have further live free earnings call in global leading companies, not only those that I mentioned here, as well as, for example, the case of Caterpillar and many more. Also ahead of Chesapeake Energy report, I said the outcome was guaranteed, and there were no modifications whatsoever to the existing known outlook. Chesapeake Energy tanked to $5.50 after earnings report. And you are aware, I said it on a video, and the most recent call I'm referring to in Chesapeake Energy, selling shares at $8.15, assuming a very large short position. And by the way, there are no excuses whatsoever, since, as you are aware, Chesapeake Energy traded to $8.50 twice. It made a double top, and shares, they plunged since then. So if you missed the first time that shares, they rallied to $8.15, you had certainly the second possibility to enter the short side at precisely that price. At least not to have a long position through earnings. I mention these facts because of several major reasons. You do whatever you want or you wish in your own trading during the period of your subscription or the time that you take the course. You are not even forced or obliged to trade in the markets if you don't want to. You can even have positions against our opinions. It is up to you. However, personally, I consider insulting one, and this firstly, reporting a loss investing in these companies. It will be completely absurd. Secondly, neglecting the opportunity in any of these stocks where you already knew the outcome. Namely, as an example, among all of them, the clear case of Mobile Eye with a very conservative profit target $1 million. Number three, I do have clients with more than $40 million average investing in these companies. Number four, give me excuses. Excuses might work for you. They certainly do not work for me. I finalize by saying that your responsibility, it is even higher in case you have had access to SMS live trading. With all the detailed information, ahead and after earnings report, including 100% accurate stock pivots. As an example, you have the case of Mobile High ahead of earnings, $45.85, shares they still rally to $48.40. If you do not have SMS live trading in your service, and bear in mind I already addressed the example of our most successful customers, they have several services, they subscribe to several services, I strongly recommend that you add it to your account. As an example, the past week, we had a very high number of subscribers. I invested the weekend talking to many on the phone, paying for an annual plan with profits resulting from the past week trading. It is to say, in other words, in English, within 1 week they paid for an annual plan in SMS live trading. But also I strongly recommend, to be more clear or explicit, that you subscribe to or pre-order the professional trading course that will substitute the basic trading course, because it is by far more complete than the previous one, addressing all of your questions, giving examples, and unique in the world, as I had the opportunity to discuss in the basic trading course when I discussed GoPro since IPO. And bear in mind, as of today, you have 70 units, or in other words, 70 lessons included in the live technical analysis course. The live technical analysis course, it is rather recent. You didn't expect this probably productivity, but here I sleep an average of 3 hours per day, and you don't have to. Since we make it happen, we do all the work for you. And this is the difference between our company and everyone else, or the other scams, where if you wanted to invest in Southwest Eastern Energy or in Tesla today, you are bankrupt. Here you are a millionaire. And we always prove it live on the tape. So many of the lessons that you see in the course, they constitute a confirmation to the simple techniques that I teach in the course, precisely to illustrate that they work. And it is important for people to see it happen and to confirm that it works, because it helps them to acquire confidence, since the objective is not that you are going to depend on the service for your entire life, but instead that you do it yourself in the future, all right? And as an example, this past week, you had shares of other companies that you had also free live market calls, rallying 30% on Friday, which was the single best outperformer in the markets. And if you want to know the reason about it, you also have in the live technical analysis, since the principles were precisely the same that you have discussed in those sections, okay? So if you want to know more, visit the live blog of the company where you have the name of these companies and so on. So I wish you good luck, invest in the markets, and obviously I wanted to refer to these matters and factors because they are of the utmost importance. Thank you and good luck.